became a member. Shakespeare became a member. Shakespeare became a member. Lolcow became a member. President Sunday became a member.
Chat, we're gonna go live in a little bit. I just want to play some of the song and let people roll on in, because today is gonna be an interesting day.
Sudah film. Philosphere 77 became a member.
Hello, chat! Hello, everybody! Let me just turn the music off real quick. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Opp Block, your one-stop shop for entertainment, research, and whatever the fuck is going on the internet. It's your host, Falgi.Exe, in my PNG form today. It's been a little bit since I used the PNG, and I wanted to use it today. So yeah, it's been a little bit. It's gonna be kind of like a fun thing. Are the songs posted somewhere? No, but here's what I will say. Hey, it's Kai-Rez with the 5.
Thank you.
Nuclear launch detected. Warning, nuclear launch detected. Please prepare for the stream. Falgi and crew are ready. Like and subscribe. Cheers, mate.
Should we get
That's how
like
I-
a
that's
should
how I
we
wanna
get
be
like
warned.
a nuclear launch code thing? Is that the new thing that we're
totally
gonna do?
get that done.
That should be part of the new stream intro. Is that we're gonna nuke.
The
This-
klaxon.
The Opp Block is starting. But more importantly, if you guys want to see the music that we use, I linked the YouTube channel that we do for it. I really like it. It's called Koki Remix. They do a lot of Game Boy Advanced and 3DS game remixes, and I really like that. A lot of their stuff is like the Mega Man games. So to me, it's fucking amazing. But yeah, let me just see real quick. Let me make sure you can, we're the Opp Block. You can find us at our social at the Opp Block, THEOPP Block on Twitter and things like that. You can also donate. You know, as I said before, I'm on the
Tips.
PNG. So
You just said
tips,
tips,
thank
right?
you.
Is that what we want
I
to?
always do
Well, they
that.
are donos, but we want to phrase it as
Yes.
tips
Legally,
for
they're tips.
moments
They're
for
tips.
when we do dono streams
Yeah.
and stuff.
If you want to tip, you can. I'm gonna link
the
the stream. I've
the
always
tip.
run back and forth if I want to do the stream elements or the Ko-Fi page. Cause
Yeah, I'm on the fence too.
because the Ko-Fi
I'd say
page
the
works.
Ko-Fi,
if
but it's a
you-
bit more of a struggle to get people to, but it depends.
I mean, most people
Whatever
donate
makes
through
it easier
YouTube
for people.
anyways. But if
Yeah,
you
whatever-
guys want to
yeah.
support us more directly, we don't have a Patreon. But Ko-Fi, Fun Facts, works better than a Patreon. So yeah, you can do it through there. Chat. I am joined by some of my favorite people on the internet today. You know them. You love them. It's Ash. What's going on, Ash?
Nothing much. I'm just excited for what we're gonna talk tonight.
Yeah,
about
it's-
tonight.
We're going to be talking about like big fucking drama tonight. So I
Yeah.
think that's
the biggest drama that has ever existed ever on the internet.
Yeah, honestly speaking, it continues to like touch us in ways that I continually not consent to.
Say touch. Do not
Yeah,
say
just
touch.
keeps on touching me.
It's just like it's
Don't say
non-consensual
touch.
touching. It's just really
Stop saying
weird.
touch.
What? I can't say
Feels?
touch.
Yes, I don't want you touching anything
Rubs?
or being touched.
I don't want to be touched either, but it keeps happening.
You're touched. Okay.
I'm touched by an
Playing
angel.
flag football now. No more.
Show me on the doll where it touches.
No
you.
contact.
Listen. You know, speaking of being touched, there's nothing that I can't.
What? That is not the type of segue we can do, dog. No.
What? Why did you say that?
There's nothing I can fucking do.
Bad.
Sure.
Cloudy, yell at him. Cloudy.
Cloudy,
Can
this
we
your man?
usurp this man? Off the channel.
I tried. I don't have 51% yet.
Oh my god,
Okay.
I hurt my sides. I hurt my sides. No, but more importantly, we have the artist supreme themselves. You know them. You love them. They have the best Fugi in the business. It's Makari.
Howdy.
Makari, how are
Definitely
you doing
completely
today?
Relevant to this. Doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Got some stuff in the works. Been busy with class and getting passport things dealt with. Very
Oh.
fun.
Passport.
Passport. Yeah, nice.
Going
Yeah.
on a trip.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Nice.
Enjoy it.
I hope you have a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy yourself. We expect a live stream that you feed to us from the plane itself. That is contractually, that is what I need.
I got it.
And chat, he's bringing up the rear. You know him. You love him. He's my favorite person on the internet. It's Uncool Greg.
I'm currently playing Zenless Zone Zero. Will that come into play for the stream topic? Who knows? Who's to say?
Man, stop being such a gooner, Greg.
Oh my god,
Mm.
being such a gooner.
I'm not a gooner. I just make poor financial decisions, like playing
Okay,
gotcha
for real.
games.
You make poor, like, how poor of a financial decision? How much would you say that you've spent on a gotcha game?
On a gacha game or
on
all
Zenless
the
Zone
gacha
Gacha
games?
games in
Sagas
general.
On just
specifically.
Zenless Zone Zero? So they have a monthly one that you can rep that's $5 or $6, and then on top of that you can pay you could pay 5 to like 100 for like a re-up. But for Zenless I paid less than I have on other gacha games, mostly because I am I am tightening the belt. But Zenless I've spent I maybe put like $100 down so far,
Mhm.
and I've done pretty good. Probably more. I don't know.
Oh my god, fucking Quantum PZ with the 50!
Thank you. Wow,
Thank you,
wow.
Soigi,
It's
for
really
babysitting
appreciated.
the adult minors. Been up for 34 hours, so going to crash. We'll catch the VOD and won't touch you later. Also, soy.
Holy shit.
No!
Thank you,
so
thank you,
many
Quantum.
Oh, thank you so much. Based Quantum PZ, you know him, you love him. And the loyal chatter, Quantum PZ themselves. But more importantly, chat, we have something to talk about. It's chat. I want to apologize to you guys. We've found ourselves in a little bit of a kerfuffle. It seems like the nuclear codes have launched, and I really would like to apologize to each and every one of you, but we're now going to present you the fallout of that nuclear code. Let's get to the things. Oh, every time it does this.
That's fine.
Every time. Yes, it's been a while since you guys have seen specifically the PNG, so let's go to what we will be talking about today. Chat! I pulled a little bit of a misdirection. Today we're going to be talking about some special interest topics. Yeah, we have a transition. We've always had a transition. But chat, there's a lot of gooner shit that's been going around the internet recently, and I thought it'd be really interesting and be like a topic that we could have like an overall discussion on. I saw this video pop up on Papa Gut's stream. Hey, it's Cool Anime Girls. I muted the
Thank
thing
you.
by accident. So let me replay
Accident.
it. No, I did, because no, replay activity. There you go. Come on, you could do it. Come on. Oh my
Pro
god.
streamers.
It's not that. It's just the way that it does it sometimes is like so. Okay, replay activity. All right, Cool Anime Girls for the 5 said feed the doggo. Also, K-Huck, slur, K-Huck.
Don't say that about K-Huck.
Soy, K-Huck, soy, K-Huck, soy. I thought we were going over the Dino soft porn. I will say this.
Not yet.
When
No.
Beckett
1,000
sends
subs,
it
we'll
to
talk
me,
about it.
when Beckett sends it to me, I will do it. But chat,
There's a
I
price.
wanna-
They ain't doing this for free.
there's been a lot of weird like gooner shit on the internet recently, and I really just wanted to kind of go over some of it because I found it to be very fascinating. I'm gonna reset the session real quick.
What is the? We were talking about it in private. It's like the puritanical Twitter versus Gooner Twitter, and it's
Yeah.
bleeding into real life and other
Yeah.
internet communities.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. We're gonna get to it, but there's been a lot of talk on the internet about this gacha game that has been catering to the female gaze.
I've said it. I said it right before we went live. Every woman I know has either played this game, currently has it on their phone, or at least has heard about it.
Now be a girly pop and get it, Greg.
It's true. I should.
Join
I'll
us.
review it. You're right.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things where it's like I wanted to kind of cover it. I saw this video on Papa Gut's stream because he was about to talk to it, and I paused the stream because I really wanted to like dive into a lot of just like a lot of times you talk about and rightfully so, you will hear talk about the male gaze and how there are unrealistic expectations on the female body type or femme-presenting body types. You know, you have to be toned, you have to have large breasts, like all these unrealistic expectations, because not everybody can look like that, either due to health reasons, lack of like physical activity due to other factors.
Or genetics. Like some people are literally not
Yeah.
born like with that body type.
Yeah. And I wanted to kind of go over the kind of like the recent inverse side, which has been the female gaze. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think it ties into this weird overall narrative of, especially when it comes to women. Oh, Kairos with the 5.
Please feed doggo, cuck cuck cuck, slur slur slur, cuck cuck cuck, soy
my
soy
God.
soy, soy soy soy, cuck soy soy, cuck soy cuck,
This is
cuck
going so
soy
long.
soy, tie.
Thanks.
I don't even know if you mentioned it too, but you have the goals going for Leia treats.
Yes. So I do have goals. They're for banked Leia treats. If we make a specific arbitrary number by tonight, you guys don't know what the number is, but if we get a specific number of super chats, I will not only give her a treat, I will give her the special treat.
What does
For
that mean?
those who don't know, my dog has autism. And you may be like, Falgi, what do you mean your dog has autism? You give her a greenie, like a specific greenie treat, she will freak the fuck out, cry, and run out of the room because she will not eat it in front of you. She starts to whine incessantly. It's hilarious. It's like one of those things that I love her for. I've talked about it a little bit. I know Claudia's talked about it in the Discord once or twice. She gets so excited she cries, and she has to run away from me. So I will, if we reach an arbitrary goal by the next stream, I will make sure that I have a recorded video of her eating the treat and crying, and then you guys will show it. I'll show it to you guys. Oh, Q's Hooderman for 1
Q's
month.
Hood Ornament became a member.
Thanks,
Q's
buddy.
Hood Ornament celebrates 1 month of membership. Are you shaming
Thank you,
your
thank you.
autistic child?
Yes, always, always.
Oh my
AU's in
Thank
chat.
you for the dono.
Thank
Q,
you
we won't
so
be here
much
without
for the month subscription.
Or must have. Thank you.
I was gonna
But-
say it's only been a month, but it has only been like a month since we've.
Yeah, we got
It's
we had gotten monetized December 15th of last year.
Oh wow.
That's actually when we first got monetized. The funniest like weird factor I've ever seen in my entire life. But coming back to the stream topic, I kind of wanted to go over not just quote unquote issues with the female gaze. There are issues, sure, but I think it's also still tied within the male gaze, and we'll get to it. But I think it would be a really interesting topic to talk about the world of the male body image crisis. This is a video from the creator Cole Hastings. I'm gonna link after stream because I didn't set it up. But after stream, I'm gonna link all the things that we talk about today. Gonna make sure that it's in the description of this video. I forgot to do it before we went live. But I really wanted to highlight this because I think that it kind of ties into just like what body dysmorphia is, specifically like in the bodybuilding community. You know, this kind of concept between natty, you know, if you're natural versus you're using steroids or other type of human growth hormones to achieve like this look, and what that kind of just does to people and just the outlook on life. So chat, are you ready? Can I get some ones in the chat? Can I get some ones in the chat? My jungle Wumba, women can't have anything, not to be a weird feminist, but it's funny that women are called bad for looking at dudes a certain way, while dudes aren't. Either just love people for who they are. Yeah,
We're about to get
It's
into
double.
that.
There's
Don't
double
worry.
standards. Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
double standards, and I kind of want to
But
highlight.
it's unfair.
I'm gonna go feed my cats real quick.
Yeah, I do want to highlight why it's unfair, why I do think at some points it is fair, but not in the way of it being gendered, because I think that's the problem. The problem is that it's gendered. And we'll kind of get into it. So, without further ado, let's get into this video. The male body image crisis.
A man named Romario dos Santos Alves walked into a bodybuilding gym in Goiânia, Brazil. As he made his way through the gym, he noticed that
Jesus Christmas!
Oh, is that like one of the injectable
Yes.
Oil,
I hate
it's
it.
like
I
oil
hate
or
it.
something.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, those are
It's
so like
silicone.
yeah, there's like silicone. You can get like oil injections inside of your muscles to make them look bigger than they are. And again, um, I think it's like something like really, really important to note as well that there's a like we do glorify this in a weird way too. Regarding like things like TLC has botched for instance. I would if TLC wasn't gonna clap the channel, I would show some of those episodes and things like that. Because I think it's like really interesting in the way of like how our culture has looked at obesity, plastic surgery, and other medical conditions as something to be gawked at in a way that reminds me of like freak shows in like the 1940s.
Circuses?
Yeah, circuses. Yeah. And
It often also ignores how much of a mental illness a lot of those people have to do those extreme lengths.
yes, exactly. That's like one of the big things too. But yeah, let's get into it.
Many of the men working out had massive arms that were almost cartoon-like in size. Curious and interested in becoming as big as possible, he asked them what they did to build their arms. And that was when they introduced him to something called synthol. This
Yes, that's what it is. It's called synthol.
Yeah.
substance, a mixture of oil, alcohol, and lidocaine, is injected into the muscles to enlarge them without the need for extra exercise.
Jesus
Romario started
Christ.
injecting himself regularly and found the immediate results to be addicting, but that added size didn't come without a price. After taking synthol for under a year, small rocks started to form in his
Fucking insane.
Your body cannot handle any form of internal things, even stuff like breast implants. You have to periodically get them removed because your body will harden around it, calcify,
Yeah.
and it will become pretty much a cancerous thing within your body, and it will kill you. Even the
That's like,
cleanest breast implants will do that to you, and that's one of the biggest risks of
Because they're foreign objects.
Yeah.
It's just how that's how the body takes care of it.
yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
It's such a like a fucking rocks in between like this like literally like calcification points like in between like the spaces of like your muscles and viscera is such like a that's such body horror in a way that I can't even fathom, let alone describe.
his biceps due to the calcification of the muscle tissue in synthetic oil. He experienced tremendous daily pain and was told by his doctor
Let's see. He said the biceps
that they were going to have to amputate his arm.
Jesus Christ.
Romario fell into a deep depression and even attempted to unalive himself before the procedure, but when he went in to get a CAT scan, he was graced with a fortunate stroke of luck. After reviewing the results, the doctor told him that they did not have to amputate his arms,
God
but
bless.
they would have to perform surgery to get rid of the calcification. Although Romario doesn't dabble with synthol anymore, his desire to become a professional bodybuilder remains and led him to explore other types of substances like horse tranquilizer.
What?
What?
Not
Why?
just
I thought what?
Why?
How does that help?
Why?
What?
I actually don't know how something like ivermectin would help. I'm actually very fascinated.
Ivermectin will thin the blood.
Oh,
and,
that's right, it does. Yes.
It's a blood thinner. It's how it kills parasites. So that's why ivermectin is being catered towards cancer treatments
Yeah.
by crazy people because it will temporarily shrink tumors because it
Yes.
restricts blood flow. And restricting blood flow often makes you look better as a bodybuilder. It's what's really crazy about the extremes they'll go to with this stuff.
Like just imagine my man's like, oh my god, they don't need to amputate my arms. Like I'm so happy. Horse tranquilizer. That's what's gonna give me fucking muscles. Is just and it's for like for a side factor, I've known bodybuilders in my lifetime. One of my siblings was a bodybuilder when they were younger. Like, in younger, I mean, like, in their 20s. So I grew up very much around people that were most likely, you know, on the juice. So this is such a fascinating thing to me, how it's just evolved over time. Oh, Alex Jones has entered. Yo, the Alex Jones body is so fascinating to me because like this is a part of this discussion gets really weird because a lot of people have misconceptions about how steroids work. Yes, steroids help you maintain mass and, in certain instances, muscle mass. You still have to work out like a fucking freak. Because if you don't, it'll pool in areas you don't want it to pool. And that's part of it too. Is people don't realize that even when you use steroids or other like hormone enhancement drugs and things like that in other supplements, you still have to work out like a monster. And it is like a really interesting concept and a really interesting topic of when you talk about like natty versus like juiced. And it's a really interesting thing, but again, it feeds into this like the stereotypes. Kai's Rez with the
Drugs
5.
are a hell of a drug. These guys can't do the grind right at all. You can't cheat your muscles like that and not suffer for it. Carry on, Falgi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, muscle still needs to be broken down to get bigger. Yeah, that's one of the things too, is that repeated exercise breaks down muscle fibers, to which you get what a lot of people will call hypertrophy. So a lot of you'll see like when they cycle between workouts, some workouts are cuts, some workouts are bulks, and that's like part of it too, is like your hypertrophy versus like building like like lean muscle versus like muscle mass and stuff like that. So like yeah, like cycling is the application of roid use. So like yeah, there's like a lot of stuff that goes into it. Again, I'm not an expert. It's just stuff, if you've ever worked out or looked into the culture, you'll see these topics like buzz around.
There are many other stories like Romario, of men who are unsatisfied with their physiques, going to extreme measures to appear like Greek gods or Marvel characters. But some of them don't end up being as lucky as he was. For the average person, this might seem incomprehensible. How could someone become so addicted to the idea of being big that they resort to drugs that they know will ruin their life? But the trend of pursuing an increasingly...
Tusky with the 2.
Thank you.
He survived and decided to do horse rank. WTF?
It's part of the male body dysmorphia. Like it is a big thing. Also, I will be very I want to sing a lot Tusky for a second. Yo motherfuckers, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Let's fucking go. Big shout outs to Tusky. Big shout outs to Tusky. We never gave up on our team. We never looked down in the face of adversity.
You are the 12th and 13th
Look, my
members
fiance's team
the
is the Eagles, so I'll be like, yay, but like, oh, come on, guys.
Go fucking birds. It is amazing and I love it. Asterati, I'm a gym rat and my father-in-law did bodybuilding when he was younger. My fiance and I love working out. That's perfectly great. I think that's
Great.
like
Congrats. Happy for you.
yeah. No, like I do want to like highlight this, is that obesity is an epidemic in the US. And exercise is really aside from dieting and better like when you look at obesity, there's a lot of factors to it. It's not just lack of exercise, it's not just lack of dieting, it's available food resources, the quality of food that's being cooked and things like that. It's regulations, it's things that how often can one go to the gym, balancing
Availability of
yeah,
gyms,
availability.
how close they are to you. We know somebody specifically who has to drive 3 hours to their gym.
And none of this is a shame people that are like active bodybuilders working out. This is just exploring the other extreme end. There's always just extremes are bad.
Yeah. Platinum Aether with the Canadian $6.99.
I work out constantly, but it takes so much discipline too. It's not just weights, diet too. I just got where I'm at after years.
Yeah.
Thank you. Discipline's hard. Getting in the right mental space for it. It's the routine. It's the it's lifestyle changes too. It's not a injectable end all.
Yeah. Like I in my own life I've cycled myself. I when I had the time for it in college, I worked out a lot. As I got older, I couldn't. And then in my recent years, like when I was able to work out, I really got back into it. I had, gained a lot of muscle mass, or like in one instance, and I guess this is not like a fucking show off moment, but this is just like how sometimes your mental state will just fluctuate. I worked out somewhere. It was like I did it with a former partner. We worked out somewhere. It was like one of those like hit places. So high interval training. You would go there for like 45 minutes to an hour. I want fucking like $200 just working out 7 days a week for like 5 months. I don't recommend doing what I did, but it happened, and I was like, okay, that just goes to my gym membership. But I think the reason I say that is that you just cycle as a person, and there is nothing wrong if you have issues cycling between workouts, between like depressive episodes and like things like that. And if you're not genetically disposed to weight loss. Also, a fun fact, eat, motherfuckers. Stop starving yourselves. It's terrible for your muscles. It's actually starving yourself is terrible for weight loss. You want to eat
So
at
if
a
I just don't have an appetite, Falgi.
you gain a
That's
motherfucking
different than
appetite.
intentional starving.
Yeah.
Intentional starving slows down your metabolism.
Yep. It's you do want to work at a caloric deficit, but A, do it safely, and B, and I swear to God, if you are someone who is planning on losing weight regarding maybe health reasons like heart conditions, obesity, and things like that, I beg you, talk to your doctor. The reason I would say that is if you're someone who's told they need to lose weight for specific health reasons, you really should make sure that you are eating and things like that.
Dysmorph these nuts in your hands.
You know what? Thank you.
Thank you.
No, but realistically speaking, talk to your doctor, talk to a dietitian. And the reason I say that is you see a lot of fad diets on the internet, be it like ketosis and like the Long Beach diet and shit like that.
Atkins.
And like Atkins and a lot of like the yo-yo diet craze. And it's just really unhealthy. And it's just like, there are a few diets that are FDA approved. One of them is like the fast diet. That's like for heart health, which is like the diet that like have a piece of toast and a boiled egg for the rest of your life. And then
Yeah.
like eat vegetables, like legumes, nuts, things like that. That's just like the basic thing. I know I'm going off on it, but it is important to me personally as someone who struggled in and out with my weight and with body dysmorphia. I've had this. I have this. So I totally get
I was
it.
going to bring it up to you. I was going to ask you if you feel like you've had it, because I feel like I've had it to some extent, and not just like comparing myself to other body types, but just not seeing or seeing more negative aspects of my own form than possibly there are. And it's tough.
I always have a funny story. So when
Was
chat
funny haha or funny sad?
funny haha.
Okay.
It's funny to me, maybe not funny to everybody else, but it is what it is. I have I've talked about this. Hi chat. I had cancer. It's a fun topic. I lost a testicle. Here you go. I'm open about that.
It's in my jar. I have it right
Yes,
here.
yes.
Bro.
I gave it specifically to Greg before we ever met, and he keeps it by his bedside.
I bounce it against the wall.
Thank you. But the reason I say that is really important because I was diagnosed with cancer. They said I had to go through chemotherapy. And in my mind, I'm like, fucking great. I'll finally, like, I wasn't at my heaviest, but I was there. I think I was like 185-ish, like 170, like between 175 and 185, I was there. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Chemotherapy is a great way to lose weight.
Fuck.
Like, in my
No.
stupid fucking mind, I'm like, you know what? I'll thin out. What's the worst that could fucking happen? Fun fact, I had chemotherapy. One of the medications is called cisplatin. Now, plat is a very interesting thing to say. Fun fact, it's made with metals. So cisplatin, it's made with like platinum and other like fucking chemicals and things like that. I was allergic to my chemotherapy. So I had to constantly have steroids, and I was heavier than I had ever been. I think I was 220 when I finished my cancer treatments. Interestingly enough, my final cancer treatment was like on my birthday. So that's like
Happy
a fun
birthday.
fact. Yeah, thanks. And then I lost a massive amount of weight due to my surgery and like not being on the steroids. All of this to say that like sometimes our brains just fuck with us. But let's get back to the video.
Unattainable physique has begun to spread to a more vulnerable demographic. Young teenage boys. Bigorexia, a body dysmorphic disorder where an individual obsesses over their muscle mass, has reached a level of serious concern in the fitness industry. One study estimates that 1 in 10 bodybuilders are affected by bigorexia, and other studies have estimated that the prevalence of muscle dysphoria was 5.9% among college students and between 13.6% and 44% among male weightlifters. Why is there such a large gap between the actual numbers? Well, partly because it isn't being talked about enough, but...
And I want to pause this for a second because it's important to note that this is just within the bodybuilding community and like the weightlifting community. This is not just talking about men at large and things like that and how like men see themselves, because you'll see that a lot, and you'll see like people like Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, and those type of grifters just prey on young men and other people in these spaces through that, because like the idea is like there's something fundamentally wrong with you and that's why you can't find a partner, and it's always focused on money and your outward appearance, and a lot of it is never on the inward things, whether it's your mistreatment of women, whether it's lack of self-confidence, whether it's like a combination of a bunch of different things, but it never really focuses on like what's on the inside.
also because it's very hard to identify. Most people with this condition appear outwardly healthy, but inside, they are dealing with a mental battle that can lead to severe depression and anxiety. How do I know? Because I was one of those men too. So let's try to shine some light on this under-researched realm of body dysmorphia and explore why bigorexia is on the rise. In order to understand how we got here, we must first understand where this crisis started: the world of competitive bodybuilding. Bodybuilding as a sport and resistance training solely for the purpose of improving one's aesthetics wasn't popularized until the 1940s, when...
Also important to note that people work out for different means and different body types. Someone who does purely calisthenics work can be ripped as fuck, but just in a different way. Because it's not just muscle mass, it's about tendon strength, it's about body manipulation through movement. Like they'll have like muscles specifically like on their sides as well as like underneath their arms and stuff be a lot more developed, or even their fingers for instance. If you've ever seen like a rock climber's physique and their workout, it's much different than, let's say, someone who's doing a strongman competition, which is very different from bodybuilding, by the way. It's actually really, really important to note that. Strongman competitions, their body types are different from like your competitive bodybuilding. Yeah, flexibility is a big part of calisthenics work. And like, there are different ways people work out. And just because you look a specific way in your workouts, or someone looks a specific way, doesn't mean that they're not healthy. And also, if they look really good, that also doesn't mean that they're healthy. You see this a lot with women in the modeling industry. You know, there's a reason why like substance use, anorexia, and things like that are always portrayed in movies, television, and any media or any investigative reporting on like the modeling industry. That's also very important to note.
And contests like Mr. America and Mr. Universe put more eyes on the scene. The contestants' physiques, though nothing crazy to our current generation, were seen as abnormally large during this time. But this level of impressive physique was about to be inflated forever with the introduction
Hey, Black
of
Flower with the 5!
What kills me is that most bodybuilders aren't very strong or flexible. Where a strong man doesn't look like a bodybuilder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true.
one drug: steroids. Anabolic steroids are a synthetic derivative of testosterone designed to enhance the hormone's muscle-building properties. In the 1970s, bodybuilding reached what is known as the golden era and hit the mainstream through the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, and Dorian Yates, all of whom used steroids regularly. It exposed an entire generation of fitness enthusiasts to a new level of physique, but it wouldn't be seen as a desirable or achievable level of physique for many years to come. You see, during this time, bodybuilders were still seen as genetic freaks. On Muscle Beach, a public gym that most of the biggest bodybuilders in the scene went to, people would view the likes of Arnold and Frank as a spectacle. More than anything, outrageously huge bodybuilders clearly taking some kind of performance-enhancing drugs were like zoo animals. A fun thing to look at, but not something that most kids would look up to. But now that steroids were starting to hit the mainstream, the doors of opportunity to raise the standards of what was considered a great physique were wide open. The portrayal of masculinity in pop culture and other forms of media has always had a
And I think this is like, not to like pause it here, because I feel like I do the pause Andy stuff. I think this video does a really good job of highlighting that part of the reason that young men and just men in general feel this way is that there was a cultural shift towards like the ideal body type for men that women are also afflicted by or affected by in the same way. I think that's always, this is not a woke thing. I want to be like fucking very clear for a second. But I feel like this always gets lost in the sauce that, hey, Sunday just raided us? Hello, President Sunday fans.
Hello, viewers only.
Hello.
Hello.
We aren't talking about anything crazy. We're just talking about body dysmorphia.
No.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're having an
Welcome.
intellectual discussion about body dysmorphia and kind of how the female gaze is affected overall. So, hello, everybody. Thanks for... Hey, Chris, what's going on?
Are you just traveling to every stream today?
Lolcow's obviously colluding.
Oh,
It's the cabal again, like they said on stream.
fuck me. It's over. It's... Female gays are actually called lesbians, by the way. Yeah. I said the gays, not the gays.
Gays, as in visual sight, not
G-A-Z-E.
gays.
G-A. Yeah, G-A-Z-E. I
Everybody.
mistyped. Thank you. Collusion 2025. No. Let me in.
Collusion in chat. Collusion in chat.
Sure, Beckett. You can come on in if you'd like. Someone want to drag him in?
He's dragged in.
I'll drag him in.
Hey, Beckett.
Welcome.
What's going on?
Hey,
Hi,
I just
Beckett.
needed to get onto every stream that has discussed this topic today, like every single fucking one of them, because this is what like building, like taking clout and doing a media tour looks like when you want to on a subject. I just wanted to highlight through like my actions, what the fuck this looks like. So I thought I'd come and say hi. You know,
Well, thank you, Beckett.
Hi, Beckett.
Thank you for stopping by,
subscribe
Beckett.
to Cope and Seethe, the far
Oh,
better
I'm Ryan.
version of
Thank
the
you.
Opp Block and
But
everything
that's
else
not
as
true at
well.
all.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
covering hot
He does
anime
everything
characters,
we
so
do, but
not
with
true.
3 people instead of 10.
That's
Real.
You know, that's actually true. That is true. We have a conglomerate of people. He has like 3. Oh, we're talking
Yeah, but
about the body dysmorphia.
Awesome, that's incredible. I mean, listen, this is been fun. I'm not going to take up
No,
too
you're
much
fine.
time. I'm very excited. This has been a great fucking day. And
Yeah.
yeah, hi Tyler's Discord. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are having fun. I don't even know if you're watching anymore, but I'm just going to assume. Hope you're having fun, guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of stream. Subscribe to Opp Block. Peace.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
Thank you,
Beckett.
Beckett.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the raiders that are coming in. For those who don't know, we're going to be covering Yes, Opp is now an orbiter. I expect my little Cabal star in the mail, Chris. I will make sure that you receive personalized Eagles Super Bowl memorabilia in collaboration.
Oh, Chris likes the Eagles, right?
He's a Bills fan,
Oh.
but we won it for them.
Hmm.
But yes, more importantly, what we are talking about for the Raiders who came in is we're looking at like just the female gaze, male body dysmorphia. This was a topic that was on a Papa Gut stream, and I thought it was really interesting. I didn't really watch this video, so I'm reacting to it the first time. Listen, I don't like the Eagles, but you saved America from Satan. Hey, Pashak, how you doing?
What's his face was gonna propose when they won?
Oh,
Is that
yes,
what everybody was saying?
Wait, Chris,
Yeah.
did you know that if whatchamahoo's if the Chiefs won, Travis Kelce was gonna propose to Taylor Swift and said it live on television and then fucked it up?
Yep.
He legitimately said that he was gonna do it live on TV. It's so bad.
I would have thrown up. If that was me, I would have thrown up.
Yo, that's so
What if he still did it?
fucking
What's worse?
Is the Cabal badge one of those Bo Blacks plushies Chris
No.
stole from Keem? Careful, Falgi. I heard those were cursed.
Honestly
Thank you.
speaking, if the Cabal star was a Bo Blacks plushie, I would actually be okay with having it. I think that that's fucking hilarious. Yes, if those who don't know, the Philadelphia Eagles fucking won the Super Bowl. I am very fucking happy.
I only watched halftime.
But we don't have time for that. Let's get back into this video.
Firm grip on young men. Before we know who we are or who we want to become, we have always looked to those ideals presented to us to give us direction. Usually these ideals offer more positives than negatives, but in the case of outwardly appearances, it's reaching the ends of extreme. What is considered a strong male physique in movies, for example, has evolved quite a bit over the years. In the 90s, one might have considered Brad Pitt in Fight Club to be absolutely jacked. But if we fast forward 7 years, we can see how our desire for more muscle reflected itself in the movie male physique. I remember seeing Gerard Butler's physique in the movie 300 when it came out in 2006. I was only 9 years old at the time, but I do...
Where were you in 2006? I don't know where I was in 2006.
Me in 2006?
Middle school.
I was in high school. I was watching this movie in theaters.
Maybe high school.
Generous,
No, high school.
shout out to you and your gay boyfriend. We're all glad the Eagles won. I love that. My gay boyfriend and I are so happy. You know what? That's fucking based. Let's go. In 2006, I think I was getting ready to enter high school.
You know what? If the Eagles won, you should propose to your gay boyfriend.
Yes.
Do what Travis Kelce did not have the cojones to do.
Yo, imagine if Travis Kelce still proposed to her after they lost.
That's what I'm saying. What's worse is that he said he would and then didn't because they didn't win, or is that he said he would and then still did because they lost?
That would have been so fucking hilarious. He should have done. He's a fucking pussy. What a pussy. I can't believe that. Black Flower, you graduated college in 2006? Christ.
Yeah.
Christ. Holy shit.
I remember thinking that a body like that was completely unattainable, only reserved for dramatic depictions of life. Though he may have looked unbelievably good, Butler reported in interviews that he was working out for 6 hours a day, quote, ruining his body just to maintain that level of physique, a completely unrealistic lifestyle for the average person. Still, this was a movie where a lot of young men looked up to the main character, and many of them began working out in the hopes that they could one day look like Gerard Butler. How do you think an ideal like that affects the mental health of an adolescent boy? In extreme scenarios, they spend all their time lifting weights, revolving their life around the gym and eating healthy, disregarding any other areas of development. And when their efforts always come up short, their self-esteem plummets, never being satisfied with how they look, despite looking better than most kids their age. Through the early 2000s and then 2010s, the ideal male physique...
I think it's like really interesting. I think, I don't know how it is in other countries. I would assume there's something like very similar in a way.
Yeah, there's a like a template of like of man, of hetero man, muscular, things like that. It's kind of like ingrained in society and
Yeah.
for decades, like it's a thing with toys too. Like toys used to be just playthings, and then they have to adhere to like musculatures that are more befitting of what you would
Mhm.
what you would acknowledge as a man versus a woman or type of thing. Just
Yeah.
as time goes on, it just gets set in your ways. So then that's what you acknowledge as man or woman type of thing.
I think there's something interesting too, and I don't know, and I'm sure it's very similar in certain cultures around the world, but like specifically, I grew up, I went to high school, I played football. It wasn't really my thing. I was an arts kid, but I was like, you know what? This is a great opportunity to lose weight, so I played football. I did. It's whatever. But it's something really interesting where like being a 14-year-old, you were encouraged to work out if you wanted to play the sport, if you wanted to make money off the sport. Hey, Pashak, thank you for subscribing. I hope you
Thank you.
enjoy.
Thank you for subscribing.
Is
Welcome
appreciated.
to the Opp Block. But it's something really interesting that like even at a young age, I didn't understand what the ideal male physique was, but I was more in tune with the idea of what it could be and or should be around the sport that I played. And I'm sure in certain regards with like in soccer, or as the wrong people would call it, football, or like baseball or even rugby and things like that. I'm sure that even that kind of concept, that that European ideal male is a twink. But no, it's that concept of where does your body image come from? And oftentimes it does come from maybe the sports you play, or maybe like the media that you consume. And I think that like it also leads into why a lot of people feel weird about the female gaze as well. And sometimes why the female gaze can also be not justifiably maligned, but understood as there's an unhealthy behavior in that. Hey, Lords of Destruction with the 5.
Thank you.
In 06 I was hanging out in the schoolyard playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In grade 1.
That's
Oh,
insane.
there you go, yeah.
Something I noticed is that he isn't mentioning anything about what women like. It's all what men think men should look like.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, there is nothing wrong with playing sports. I was a person that played sports in high school. I was a gym rat in college. It doesn't bother me. It's just one of those things that I find very, very fascinating. Chat, you have hit the goal. To our Sunday Raiders who are here for the first time, I have a dog. Usually I'm on camera. Today I just wanted to use the PNG because it's been a while. So what I'm going to do is we are banking dog treats. If you want to donate to the dog treat, all you have to do is bank your more treats. And the next stream, I will show off her get every single treat she could ever imagine. Banks dog treats ×2.
Within reason. Let's be real.
Yes, within reason. Please don't fucking donate what you can't afford. That's all I've asked. Listen, you can have whatever takes you want. This is not a place where we malign you for your takes. You are welcome here, chat. You are always welcome.
Just don't fuck the vibe.
Just don't fuck the vibe.
Physique would continue to grow in size. A study conducted in 2006, the same year 300 came out, concluded that action figures have become more muscular and larger over the past 25 years. Another piece of pop culture, James Bond, saw its most recent actor, Daniel Craig, boasting a much bulkier physique than Sean Connery's James Bond in the 1960s.
Okay, pause.
Just about every form
Go on.
To be fair, Daniel Craig James Bond had a lot of flack going into it, as we always do. Often maligned James Bond casting of choice, and then turns out to be a decent to good or favorite to some James Bond casting choice. Who cares? He was blonde hair, blue eyes. That's why a lot of people had issues with him. And then he had to do a bunch of workouts. And then Daniel Craig fucking hated filming all those movies by the end of it, and made it so that he would never be asked to be in any more James Bond movies in the future. And now they're doing the whole rigmarole again once more of finding a new James Bond that they can shoehorn into this production that they don't have a script for. And James Bond castings are all over the place. But it was not only his physique, it was so many other things that they were talking about for a James Bond that comes up time and time again whenever we talk about casting for James Bond, because this is like the trend for the past 20 years now, 20, 30 years now on James Bond castings.
Yeah, I think that it's like it's totally fine. And also like the weird comment over race bending or gender bending. My thoughts have always been this. I'm totally fine with it, but I also think that we should be creating characters around in and around those types of racial backgrounds and stuff like that, instead of always shoehorning in someone into a pre-established role, because I don't think we need to constantly have the same fucking role all the time. I think a black James Bond would be cool, but I would also love to see a black actor have their own series of spy thriller that is specific to that character and that character's struggles.
That's
it's
not
just
James
more
Bond.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
Whole take, just have the actor and or character be done well.
Yeah.
But the issue then comes to like, if it's not an established IP, will people watch it? And then if you do make it an established IP, you're quote unquote ruining the character to some, so people won't watch it, type of thing. It's
For an
the back
IP
and
to
forth.
get established, it had to start somewhere, though.
Exactly,
Not
that's a good
every
point.
established IP was originally an
good point.
established IP, so
Very good point.
Exactly.
there was a risk taken at some point.
Hollywood is just bemoaningly or begrudgingly doing new IPs, and it's like dragging their feet to make new content and that's what I want to see. I want to see new takes or new ideas on things, and not another Iron Man. Not that I dislike Iron Man, I just don't want to see another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like for instance, I think Captain America is pretty cool, having a black actor like that was in the comics and that was set up. But I would also just love to see like Marvel stop making movies for a fucking bit and somebody like go on. Horror and Hellfire, we're just good to see you. We're just going over like male image body type stuff and like body dysmorphia. We will get into the female gaze part of this. Let's get back into it.
From a media that had an attractive male star saw their muscular ideals grow in size as our culture continuously pushed the standard for what is considered strong and beautiful. And a lot of these actors are accused of using steroids to enhance their physique.
All right, they showed off.
And they do.
Yes.
Do this.
Specifically, they showed off, oh my god, what the fuck was his name? Oh my god, what's the fuck with his name? Zac Efron. That motherfucker was using the juice. You look at his chin, he has the fucking juice. Have you looked into the female gaze with Love in Deep Space, Horror and Hellfire? Spoilers.
Brother,
That's what's coming
just hold up.
Just hold up. Just hold up.
Hold on to your pants.
Hold on to the
You still have
pants.
jumped ahead in the stream.
There's also like Kamali
Poor Hellfire coming from the future.
Johnny,
I
he
know.
also like is obviously on
Kumail
steroids, 'cause
Nanjiani?
his jaw went fucking insane over the years.
I don't know if he has said he has or hasn't, but he said that it was
Oh,
like
yeah,
an
the roid belly,
unrealistic regiment for him to do outside of Marvel money for that one movie he did one time.
Well, yeah, because he was like doing it. And again, we've gone on to say this. I really don't have a problem with people not being natty, not being natural. For those who don't know, natty's just like the term in the bodybuilding and weightlifting community. I just don't personally give a fuck. As long as you're doing it in a healthy way, I don't really care.
As long as you're not selling it to kids, I don't really care.
But again, it's where do we draw the line of unrealistic expectations? And when it comes to eventually when we talk about the female gaze, is it fair to shit on that when we don't malign the male gaze as much? It's like a whole thing.
And
Wait, I thought we
reach that
do
standard.
malign the male gaze.
We do, but it's but
It's like a different standard.
It is a different standard.
And the other thing is crying male gaze is kind of like denying the bi gaze or the lesbian gaze, you know, as well, because there are women who do like looking at women objectively, you know, in different respects. I'm not going to speak for them because I'm not neither bi nor woman, but it is true
Greg's a
they
lesbian
exist.
woman now.
Bi lesbians in chat, shout out. Do you like looking at women?
not the male gaze on men. But yeah, it's like the big thing too. It erases the people in between, And you could just be like, yeah, Guna's gonna pass because boys will be boys, but when women are like horny, it's seen like the most crazy thing known to man.
Yeah.
And that's
very
like that
strange.
is the discussion. Hey, Lord of Destruction.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
I
dude.
don't care about race, but if they fit the role and know it well, give it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's I always forget to bring this up in theater productions. That's always the case.
Always.
A person will be you'll have like a black actor who will be playing a role that's generally not a black character, and nobody bats an eye because it's theater, and you get the best person for the best role.
There are exceptions. I never want to hear an all-white cast of Fences. I swear to God, if I see that, I'll scream my fucking head off. For those who don't know, look up Fences. Really fucking like a really good look into like African American culture in like the 40s and 50s, if I remember correctly, is the time frame. And somebody in our Discord, I won't name who, scared me for a second because I thought that's what it was, because they discussed being like in and around a production of it, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Very good. James Earl Jones gives a very powerful performance in it. You could tell
R.I.P. the
I'm a
goat.
fucking nerd.
This is not necessarily a problem on its own. Actors want to be extremely dedicated to their roles, and steroids might allow them to do that without having too many side effects, so long as they keep the dose low and get off of it when filming is over.
Yeah.
But many actors often lie about the drugs they are taking, making it seem like their physiques are attainable without any performance-enhancing drugs.
Did he juice? Did he take steroids?
No. I love my job and I love Wolverine. I've got to be careful what I say here, but I had been told anecdotally what the side effects are of that, and I was like, I don't love it that much.
Again, this perpetuates a masculine ideal that
And it's also like, yes, Liver King is a really good example of this. Going into Liver King's history is super fascinating. Yeah, Hugh Jackman is capping. There's also
Hugh Jackman also has a bunch of situations of doing kind of like crazy stuff for some of his roles. For specifically in that pose for that day where he's shirtless in the Wolverine, I believe he doesn't drink water for 3 days,
Yeah.
so that he can get that pose exactly right. And then not body wise, but also body wise for Les Mis, he also did he also chose not to drink water for several days for his singing parts where they're singing live to the tracks, and like he could dangerously harm himself doing some of this stuff.
Right. And I think that there's a portion of this that isn't discussed when we are looking at, yes, a really good example. Oh my God, what's his name? Superman. What's his name? The Witcher.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill talks about doing the bathtub scene as The Witcher, and he talked about like dangerous, like not drinking water of a dangerous amount, and they said if they pushed off the shooting of that scene anymore, they would have had to rush him to the hospital for like kidney failure. It's really important to also note, and it's
oh my God, I didn't know that.
It's not necessarily discussed in here, but you also got to remember that there's unrealistic expectations of a lot of these people regarding the team. All these people are managed by insane amounts of dietitians, by staff.
Yes.
They have insurance clauses on their fucking bodies. That's insane. Yes, I know about Willem Dafoe's massive hog.
Does not have anything to do with
I
this,
saw
but
Bajoga
thank you for
Wumpa
bringing
say
it
it.
up. Oh, okay, then yes, it's huge.
Yeah, it's allegedly so big it scares people that
It's
they
real.
have to give
you
him
can
a
watch
double.
The video, or not the video. You can watch the movie where he's naked.
Yes.
and it's
The
crazy.
Antichrist.
Yeah, the Antichrist.
But that movie is a bit fucked up at times, so go and warn you're gonna see some fuck shit.
It is like, this is a Christian chat. Nah, motherfuckers. We talk conceptually, we look analytically, and sometimes it's just a hog.
that is becoming increasingly more difficult to live up to. And when men find the masculine ideal is farther and farther from their reach,
The routine that that male Hollywood actors undergo is tantamount to torture. but they will accept it because of the money. And that's the ideal image we see of male bodies. Nelson20, that's exactly correct. And it's like really important to note that.
I think Kumail Nanjiani, who brought him up earlier, he's the only one who kind of was like, yeah, I did it for the job, but it is unrealistic and it can hurt you. I know he's on record for saying that too,
Yeah.
you know? And it's you should get to a weight or a size or a shape that you're comfortable with and that you are healthy with. But anything additional
I spaced out for a second. I thought you were talking about his dick.
Okay.
Get your dick to a fucking weight and size.
Girth and pitch and yaw.
So what were we talking about?
Girth and pitch and
whatever
yaw.
you need, Ash.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fucking funny. But like, no, and it's also really important to note that because it's just like, it's just one of those things that you just look at and you identify. It's so bizarre.
Two things will happen. They will either go to extreme measures to get as close to that unrealistic ideal, taking dangerous supplements, ruining both their physical and mental health in the process, or they will give up on the idea of looking like that completely.
Chat, no jelking in chat. There is no gooning in the VC. We have a rule. This is, listen, it could be an 18 plus chat, but there is no NSFW. I see you.
And tell themselves that they will never be good looking enough to deserve acknowledgement and validation. But there is one form of media that has wreaked more havoc and done more damage than any other forms of media that have existed in the past few decades. And that is, unsurprisingly, social media. I just so happened to be getting into fitness and bodybuilding when I was in college in 2015, right when the first real fitness influencers were blowing up. Guys like Sean Thompson and Christian Guzman became figures that I looked up to as a teenager because they were very relatable and transparent about what it took to look like them. I began setting up a workout routine that revolved around my studies and social life. When I'd go to the dining hall, I'd make sure to add a few extra slices of pork or chicken to my plate. And soon I was beginning to see my first glimpses of those noob gains, as they're called. The progress was addicting. It was the first time in my life.
I think that's something interesting too, that even the progress is a high that not a lot of people talk about. Because
there's also the
healthy
plateau if you don't get if you don't get what you're looking for and you're plateauing, which is still good because that's not like deficits, is quote unquote. Then that can still be like detrimental to your mental if that's not what you're anticipating or expecting. Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting topic to be had when we look at the mentality of young men and we look at the mentality of how the idealized person is like the everything man, and it's not always the case. You can have a specific set of skills or a specific body type and still love yourself for it. I think that's like one of the biggest things.
Where I felt like I had complete control over the results I was getting in something, and that positively translated into other areas of my life. I had more energy, I felt more confident in social settings, and my discipline was easier to call upon. But when the social media fitness industry really started gaining traction through mediums like Instagram, that's when my self-esteem started to take a dip again. Only this time, it stemmed from an expectation I could never reach. As the fitness industry continued to reach new heights in revenue every year.
Yeah.
Have you found yourself looking at #shredded personally?
Okay, so no.
I haven't either.
I've been very fortunate that I don't use a lot. Like, I'll be honest. If it wasn't for investigative purposes, due to like the nature of like this hobby or just looking at the internet for like our streamer friends and stuff like that, I would not use it. I don't like it very much. I engage with friends in it. I've made some very good friends through it, but I would personally just not engage in it. When it comes to like bodybuilders and stuff, I've openly said this. Hi, chat. I'm bi. I know some people don't think that, but being gay is also being bi.
It's okay. I believe you, Falgi.
Thank you.
I don't.
Thank you. But it's like, I'll openly say this. I'm not attracted to men who are muscular, because in my mind, I get more jealous of their gains. Like, personally speaking, I'm more jealous of them. And that's like a personal thing. And it's not like jealous in a self-hating way, or, you know, sometimes I fall into that. Again, I've talked about, having body dysmorphia in my life. I don't think that that's a weakness to identify that though. Because I can intellectualize what like goes through and how my brain works. Ultimately, I'm fucking winning when I know that. Yes, is Falgi into twinks? Yes, I am. Also, muscular women. Holy shit. Big thing for Falgi. I'll fucking say it. I got no fucking issues claiming it. Also, women of all size and men of all size, yes, but like
muscular women, but not muscular men.
Also, like, I've also dated people of all different sizes. It's just personally with me as for same-sex attraction, I find that muscular men, I'm just more jealous of their gains than actually like physically attracted to them. But that's just me. Not everybody is like that. Not everybody is like that. I'm lesbian. I'm not really the target audience. But does anyone actually... Hold up.
Death by SNU.
Thank you, Platinum for Death by Snoo. Yes, I'm lesbian. I'm not really the target audience, but does anyone actually think that veiny, hypermasculine look is hot in men? Because there's something grotesque about it, in my opinion.
I know, like, I see posts about women, like, posting, like, veiny, like, men's hands.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's a big thing.
really
I
get
brought it up
but-
earlier. It might be part of the echelon of manliness in what we anticipate or expect out of a manly man, and so that gets transferred into, I guess, muscles, and muscles have veins. You know, when you to a certain extent. So that's kind of like the aspect of it. If you're attracted to primo musculature, I suppose that would entail it too, or primo masculinity. That's what it would be entailed to, because that's what we're collectively like aware of in society. But I don't necessarily think people are actively looking for that unless they have, like, I don't know, they want a quote unquote a masculine man, and that's their definition of it.
And I think part of it too is that there is, as this video is highlighting and as we've talked about, there is an effort in media to portray something that is unattainable, because that's what people think is going to garner you. But being masculine, being feminine, is a very wide spectrum of things. People would say that it's very feminine of me to be have a high level of emotional intelligence, recognize my own feelings, emotions, and being able to talk about them, my struggles, and all those things. But every partner I've ever been with has been like, that is the most manly thing about you. And it's because it's arbitrary. It's arbitrary to society, but when you come down to the individual person, there's a lot more fucking nuance. And that's literally like the whole fucking thing. You date in nuance, you exist in nuance. It's just the reality is that social media has like put it up there in a high level of gains, as well as a high level of monetary value. Listen, you think Liver King didn't make money? He made a lot of fucking money. If you haven't watched it, Jay Aubrey put out a really good video on the history of Liver King. I say go watch it. It's really interesting if you want to deep dive into the grifter lifestyle. Really interesting.
Year, more and more teens were being exposed to the lifestyles of...
I'm going to speed the video up just slightly. I like it. I just want to speed it up so
we have a couple
to
things to cover.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of the similar topic, but I want to branch off to it.
Fitness addicts on social media. Extreme fat loss routines, how to bulk up fast, the one exercise that will blow up your chest. These were the type of engaging titles that got clicks and drew the most attention. My fitness regimen began to evolve with it. I was now around 2 years into my bodybuilding journey, and I built a respectable physique for myself. And so, with the influence of these influencers, I started an Instagram account in the hopes of becoming a fitness figure myself. A lot of you still don't know this, but for several years, my entire brand and this YouTube channel revolved around fitness and bodybuilding content. With 2 social media accounts dedicated to this, it became ingrained into my identity. And because of that, everything I did had to be in
God, he looks like such a fucking baby. Christ.
alignment with my bodybuilding goals. At the same time I was growing my pages, an occurrence that was mainly only reserved for celebrities was growing in popularity amongst fitness influencers online. And this is when the fake natty epidemic really took the internet by storm. Ever since steroids became available, there's always been people who claim to be natural to appear more marketable. Because when you look incredible, but you convince people you're natural, you feel more relatable to the average consumer. Like I said earlier, it makes them feel like they can reach the same level as you so long as they put in the same work.
And that was a big thing for those who don't know. With Liver King was not natural, and his whole fucking med cycle got leaked. But it was his whole thing was the ancestral tenets, it's eating raw meats, and all those things. It's like, no, he was just fucking juicing, which is fine, but he also had body dysmorphia. He talks about like seeing back fat in the mirror and literally feeling disgusted with himself. Whether you take that at face value or not is a completely different story based on some of like the ethics that he like had and all that. But it's really interesting to note that like if you take him at face value, yeah, there was a reason he used.
And many people see using steroids as a shortcut or cheating, making you generally less likable. Now that social media was so popular, this gave any average male the opportunity to take advantage of naive young boys and build a following online, so long as they had an impressive enough physique. A study titled Male Body Portrayals on Instagram, conducted in 2020, wanted to evaluate whether those with more muscular physiques received more likes and comments than those who looked smaller. And they found that posts depicting men adhering to high levels of leanness and muscularity received significantly more engagement than those who didn't. Whoa, big fucking shocker. The guy who looks absolutely shredded is getting more likes than the thin, scrawny guy. But I needed to cite this study to emphasize what's about to come. Promoting your physique on social media is not inherently bad. When it's accompanied with some inspiration and good advice, it can actually be a huge force for good and influence people to pursue healthier lifestyles. The problem, which amplifies
Oh, look at this, my boy Liver King. Look at him. Look how red he is. Reminds me of another streamer that always looks red.
rise of bigorexia, comes in when you have thousands of influencers.
I'm talking about Greg, chat. Always red, right, Greg?
What? No.
What? He's a tiefling. He's supposed to be red.
Yeah, definitely not talking about another person who's always red.
Influencers promoting
Like
their
Alex
physiques,
Jones?
which can only be attained using performance-enhancing drugs that claim they are natural just to sell more of their products and supplements. Yeah, bro, you can totally look like me. I haven't been shooting needles in my ass. All I've been doing is using my 10-week workout protocol that's linked in my bio.
Yeah,
Oh,
and this is
what's in
also the thing, too, is that they sell people, like, faux... Like, they sell them workouts that work, but never in the way that they're supposed to. Liver
They're
King
always
looks
selling
like
an idea.
Yes. I remember hearing a story, because it was like, I think H3 and Hassan had met Liver King or some shit like that. I didn't obviously watch that, but I was like, fucking, I heard the story. Apparently this like, Liver King smells like absolute shit everywhere
Yeah.
he goes because of all the raw meat he's consuming and his body just like exuding it. Yeah, the carnivore diet is not good for you.
So that's a fun fact. Things like eating excessive salami and processed meat will make you reek. It'll make your BO stink horrendously.
Yeah.
And that's something people don't realize.
Yeah. It's
And
a
it's a lot with protein in general.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, no.
Is my brand new supplement line comprised of a few herbs mentioned in a Andrew Huberman podcast. That supplement is definitely the reason
Yeah,
that I
it's the
look like
ammonia.
this. So you better buy it before it runs out.
That was a lie.
I can think of a good handful of guys that have made entire careers off of selling an unattainable physique in the form of useless supplements and workout programs. I'm very glad I never stooped so low so as to do anything of that sort, but I would be lying if I said I was totally immune to posting the type of pictures that fitness influencers post online. Being in the industry for as long as I was, I can tell you that there were a lot of tactics used to capture the absolute best picture of yourself. First, you'd only film yourself or take a picture when you had a really nice pump after a workout.
Yep.
Then you'd ideally find some overhead lighting. This creates a stark contrast over your muscles and makes you look leaner and bigger.
This is a very interesting thing looking at the dissection of how you are portrayed on social media as well. I actually
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
pretty interesting.
You have to do the lighting thing, the same thing when you're taking photos of miniatures for the same reasons.
Yeah, so this is like a lot of gym rat stuff when it comes to social media just evolves into having photography skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
That reminds me of a joke from the movie Bros. I don't know when else saw that. It's a gay movie. And at one point, he wants to take like a picture of his butt, so he has to like grab a bunch of his like camera lighting to like make it so his butt looks good when he takes a photo.
Yeah. That's the other thing too, like people don't know like what the point of like photo editing is. Falgi psychology brain going, ooh. I mean like
Psychology brain going burr.
I mean, like, it's not just like the stuff that I know through like my studies and other stuff. Um, it's just like there is a level of understanding how the human condition works. Um I haven't talked about this. I've said this. I've worked in addiction medicine for like a number of years. I do not use this as a fucking platform or to obfuscate myself from criticism. To the new people in chat, I just always like sharing the experience. Um, I had a patient who was recovering from his addiction and used exercise as his recovery process because they tell you that exercise, meditation, all these things. He blew out both of his biceps because
Oh no.
he was compensating for the level of cravings and other things that he was having and like going to the gym for like almost like 4 to 5 hours a day. And it was a very like alarming experience in his life. And this was before I met him. And it's one of those things where it's like all of these things need to be done in moderation. And it's really important especially for everybody because it's also something you are told to do to fight any mental health. Like, hey, release your base level of endorphins, have that dopamine rush, like all those types of things. But it is important to do it in moderation. It's why I mentioned before, if you are someone that is pursuing weight loss for specific health reasons, be it for surgery, be it because your doctor told you, please consult with your physician just to make sure that you're doing it the right way and you're doing it in a healthy way.
Then you position the camera at certain angles, such as from above to highlight your chest or at eye level to show off your entire physique. And for the final touch, you'd go into a photo editor and bump up the contrast and texture to make your muscles pop even more. I cannot even begin to tell you how hard I tried to get the perfect picture. It involved different lightings, and maybe I'd go into different rooms, and at the very extreme, if I knew that I was gonna have to post on social media that day, I would refrain from eating for a long time just so I looked a little bit more shredded than I usually do. Well, I never used any tools to enhance the look.
That's a particular thing that happened with Henry Cavill with the Witcher scene.
Yeah.
Is he talks about how he dehydrated himself for days to do that bath scene, to have his abs look as sharp as they do, and how unwell that made him. And that was also another thing that people used. Ariana Grande and I forget the other actor's name for the Wicked movie. The photos of them is all how bad the lighting is makes them look so much worse than their actual physical states. And people were intentionally using it as they're starving themselves, they're treating themselves poorly, when it was a lot more of, hey, this is really bad lighting and really bad angles.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things where and I think this type of body dysmorphia, the big morphia things, it's very interesting in the way that we discuss it because outwardly these people seem healthy. And they are to a degree, but it's what they put their bodies through and the mental gymnastics they put themselves through to tell themselves that this is not debilitating to their overall mental image of how they see themselves as people.
My muscles, I did use filters that made me look more shredded. After all, I needed to get at least one perfect picture after a workout, or I'd feel like I was regressing and it'd take a big hit on my self-esteem. These perfect photos are omnipresent in the lives of young boys now. They're only seeing pictures of fitness influencers in a state in which they only look like that 1% of the time, or in some cases, they're seeing a completely fabricated
perfect, yes, exactly.
version that doesn't even really exist. Then they have the audacity to lie about how they reached that.
What'd they say?
Mental health is also health, so they're not really healthy. Exactly. It's outward appearance of health, not like what they feel on the inside. Very important distinction.
Level, causing huge mental health issues among young men who will always feel too small and undesirable. And the hostility now for people online who would have had what is considered to be a great physique a couple decades ago is insane. There are teenagers getting their self-esteem and confidence destroyed by posting their fitness results after a few years because they don't look like the 1% that mostly get highlighted on social media. Or even if they aren't teenagers and just have a really good average physique, those guys are getting eaten up in the comments too.
Also,
but I don't think
want
this
to
is
point
just
out something is that it's to the point teenagers are actively doping themselves now.
Yeah.
And that is a frustration I see with like my younger brother's classmates when he talks about going to the bathroom and they are just injecting testosterone in the bathroom at school for the football team. And that is such a rampant issue that it feels like it's never been more prevalent. And very concerning that these are kids that are like 15 doing this.
Yeah, there's a, like a large, like, the way that our brains look at everything.
Men's perception of what is considered a great physique. It's also affected women's perception too. I see a lot of women post pictures of celebrities with what they think is a dad bod, which is really just a dude in very good shape that isn't totally shredded. Just a couple decades ago, this guy would have been considered an absolute monster. But now, dad bod. This checks out with the other scientific literature we have, as it's been shown that a greater total screen time was associated with greater symptoms of muscle dysphoria in both men and women. As a result, in the past few years, we have now seen more and more stories of teenagers trying a bunch of different substances and drugs, either being indifferent or ignorant to their side effects, just so they can look like their favorite fake natty influencer. And part of this industry has turned into a melting pot of desperate, insecure teens who have no idea.
And again, and this is an important thing. It's an industry. People are making money off of this. And it's really important to understand that, is that young men and women are growing up in this idea. And it's how the industry has shifted, not just from makeup, from ideals, from all these things, from clothing. And now it's becoming more of how you can affect yourself, how you affect your body, like things like that, like, yeah, like I would, from what I would understand, like I would have it considered like dad bod kind of thing. And people call me an otter. I still don't fucking understand what that means. But
A little
yeah.
round, a little soft in the belly.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm very soft.
I'm a hairy guy that's somewhat like average sized and have a dad bod. I don't know what to tell you.
And I'll say, when it comes to especially the people,
no, I'm just normal.
but no, when it comes to people promoting this stuff, definitely look at where the money lies.
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing. So are they promoting like fitness courses, or is it supplements? Is it powders? Is it foods or things that are like meal replacements, and how that money is moved around to give you an idea of like what the channel is? Because like I follow the bodybuilder Michelle McDaniel, and she talks about that, and she's even a product that's too with her own mental health, is that she is so like constantly focused on her macros and whatnot, because she used to have a binge eating disorder. She's just kind of shifted this disorder to be, I guess, more productive for her physical state, but not a thing for her mental. She talks about like how she still struggles with binging, and how she can't look at a bag of chips and can't have a healthy relationship with food still to date, even as a professional bodybuilder.
And like I think something really interesting too is that there is nothing wrong, and this is like the line you toe. There's nothing wrong with working out. There's nothing wrong with engaging in sports. It's just that there's a reality that this becomes a market for people to have an identity crisis, and there are people that see money to make from that identity crisis. You can even say it's the same way when people are discovering their sexuality, for instance, or, you know, thinking about open lifestyles, or espousing leftist ideals or whatever, or right ideals, right? It's not just, you know, it's not just this type of industry or other things like that. In the political industry, in the political theater, for instance, people on both sides of the argument or of the opinion do the similar things, where they create like this environment. Happens in media. It's everything. There is a grifter everywhere. Doesn't make it all bad. Just means that there's a grifter everywhere.
It means to be aware of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Their physical and mental health will be affected in the long run. Steroids and other hormone replacement therapies come with a whole host of side effects, including infertility, cardiovascular issues, and a greatly increased risk of premature death. But perhaps the worst part of all this is that many teenagers know the risks that come with taking these types of drugs, but they are so obsessed with achieving this.
You know, okay, this is a digress, but I saw horror say, like, nowadays we could like raise our kids to like be able to understand natural versus unnatural. A video popped on my timeline of a maligned creator in the animation space doing like this I'm gonna sue X company thing, and I'm watching it and I'm like, this seems like a deep fake, because at a specific minute the eyebrow just goes fucking insane for a second and flies off the person's face. And I'm like, this seems like a deep fake. I don't know about you. And it's on like a fucking channel that isn't the person that was posting like Let's Plays until like fucking 10 months ago. It's fucking weird. And I'm just sitting there being like, oh shit, people are really not going to understand this moving forward.
Certain body type that they will destroy their lives for a chance to potentially get there. When I was at my very biggest, around 222 pounds, I remember how much worse I felt on a daily basis. And this is without the use of any performance-enhancing drugs, which I've never used. It felt like my entire day was dedicated to eating. By the end of the night, I had to force-feed myself just so I could be bigger. On days where my abs didn't show as much, I might go so far as to do an extra workout when I was sore and increase my risk of injury just so my shirt fit a little tighter that day. I didn't sleep as well because I was eating so late, and this began to take a toll on my mental health. And if I missed a couple days at the gym because life got in the way or I went on vacation, I'd start getting anxious and worried that I was losing all my gains. I would look in the mirror, and here would be this objectively muscular, large man, but what I would see is an average to below average looking guy with a little bit of muscles on his body who didn't really deserve to be called a bodybuilder or an athlete or anything related to the fitness world. But nobody would know this unless I spoke up about it because I looked like a fit, strong dude. That is why bigorexia is so dangerous. And if we don't start to change the fitness culture and give young men more realistic ideal to live up to, we're only gonna see more young men suffer from this disorder. Look, nobody can deny.
Yeah, and I think that's like a big thing is that these are unrealistic expectations that people go through and identify, and like there has to be a way to look at that. It needs a better name. Bigorexia is just the name for it. I'm sure there
like body dysmorphia.
I know it's like, yeah, it's part of like a muscle dysphoria feeling. But I do think like this kind of thing specifically is interesting. And how it ties into media and this weird conversation again of the female gaze. We'll get there. It's like so weird.
That young men's increasing interest in fitness and health comes with a ton of benefits. Like I explored in my last video, young people are doing less drugs, drinking less, and placing a heavy emphasis on different protocols to live longer and feel better. But like all things, it becomes a problem when it's taken to the extreme. And the current digital landscape of social media often rewards extreme.
At the Opp Block, who's his creator? What is his name? I'm going to put it in the description, but this is Cole Hastings. This is a video that came out 2 weeks ago. Actually, this is a really good video in my opinion. I think it's a nice video of the presentation. It does a really good job at presenting it in very
a neutral tone.
Yeah,
a neutral tone. It's very welcoming and understandable language, which is something that when you and he's speaking from experience. Yeah, very interesting. I like this.
Over authenticity.
Yeah. Body dysmorphia does encompass parts of all eating disorders, yeah.
While I no longer consider myself to be a fitness influencer, I'm still heavily invested in a fit lifestyle. Only now, I've cultivated a much healthier balance with it. My goal is no longer to be as big and muscular as I can, but rather have a fit and functional body. One that can lift heavy weights, yes, but also be athletic enough to sprint fast, run long distances, and be mobile and flexible. Does that mean I miss a workout every once in a while? Yes, but it doesn't take away from the progress I've made. If anything, it makes me make more progress in the future because I am more well rested and I have a better workout. I've started to prioritize getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night, and my energy levels are ironically way higher than when I was overexerting myself lifting weights. And you know what the funniest part is? I'm 22 pounds down from my heaviest weight, but
he looks so much healthier in the now. He looks great. Like fucking good for him. Literally just looks demonstrably healthier, happier. Like it's very obvious. That's awesome. I'm really happy to see that.
Personally feel like I look better than I ever have. And that's because my perception of my physique is no longer distorted by the media I consume. Okay. You know what? Sometimes it does come up. I'll check my abs in the mirror, make sure I'm still like shredded, but it's a lot better than it was back then. If you're struggling with the same body image issues I've struggled with in the past, I really recommend putting a bit of distance between you and the online fitness world. These guys almost never look the way they do in photos and videos in real life. You want to know what they actually look like? Here's me with a pump in good lighting, and here's me with no pump in bad lighting. They're almost incomparable, and you shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people's physiques anyway, especially not the edited fake natty ones on
looks like
social
it'd be
media.
different people.
Everybody
Yeah, this is
has
like
their
different-
own
funny
genetic
looking.
potential, and that means you might never reach what is genetically achievable for that guy you look up to online, even if they are a lifetime natural, and that is okay. Fitness is about looking good, sure, but the primary focus should be about feeling good. And if your fitness regimen right now is doing you more harm than good, then it's time to switch things up and honestly do a lot of inner work. The more that you ask questions like, why am I placing
Exactly. Listen, fun fact, therapy is a good thing. It's almost like we fucking talk about like doing like inner work and doing things for yourself that fix your overall mental a lot on this channel, because we find people who don't fucking do that and just don't log off for a fucking day.
Yeah, get therapy so Falgi can get more money.
No. Don't do therapy, because I can't do content off of you if you don't do if you do therapy. How am I supposed to listen? Stop taking your meds.
No, a nurse
Listen.
is gonna say that.
Yeah,
really?
you can't say that.
Don't
A nurse is gonna
don't
say
take your meds.
Take the meds that are prescribed
Yes.
for the betterment of your health.
Yes.
Take your
Yes,
meds
yes,
and
yes.
nobody else's in the prescribed dosages.
Then I should say,
Therapy.
okay, chat. Take the frame out of your house. Knock down that 2x4. That's like the
Yes.
center of the building. It'll be totally fine. I promise.
Chad, I need you to understand. Listen. You that's
After
watching
the
this
big
video right
foundation.
now. You
Me?
who's watching
Oh, I
this.
got a little baby in my lap.
That's
This is
like
a stream,
that-
not a video yet.
That is like looking at this stream right now. I need you to understand. Be very paranoid. I'm in your walls. I'm right
Just
behind
move
you,
on.
even.
Shut up.
Why
That's
would you
annoying.
do
so
messages?
fast.
Watch the next video.
No, this is
my
just-
value as a person
talking
only
about
on
it.
my physique? And where might this insecurity have developed from? That's when you start to build
These are great questions to ask yourself. And this should be for anything, not just physique. I ask this self when I do writing stuff. You know, getting more into script writing has been like a big catharsis for me, but it's also something that I look at is like, why do I stop writing, or what is my biggest wall to start writing again?
Genetics doesn't help either. Some of us have the genes of a peasant woman from the 1500s. Don't worry, we are gonna save that in the fat for later.
Thank you, Kyrez, with the 5. If you want to donate, if you want to tip today, you can click on the thing or click the little Opp Block thing. I have a dog. I feed her all the time. She's
I have a
currently resting
Why do you
right
have to tell
now
us you feed her?
because
That should goes without saying, right?
yeah, no, it goes without saying, but it's part of the bit for the stream.
awareness around this problem. And when you build awareness around your problems, that is when you start the process of developing a better relationship with yourself. We need more realistic representations of body standards in the media. So if you're someone who posts about bodybuilding or fitness, be the person that isn't afraid to be vulnerable about their body image issues and occasionally makes posts about what you really look like most of the time, just like I've done in the past. If you're someone who still struggles with bigorexia, it's going to take a lot of self-acceptance and maybe even additional help from others to finally break this addiction and get back to a healthier lifestyle. But I promise you, you look way better than you think you do right now. Self-acceptance is something I struggled with for years, especially as a teenager. I've made a lot of videos explaining my stories and the struggles that I've gone through and how I've overcome them in a lot of videos. So check out this video on that, which might help you. And
Nice.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. That was a great video. So all of this to say that there has been a weird thing in the internet space that has been going on about the female gaze, chat. And we're going to talk about it real quick. Hello. We're on Polygon. I don't really fucking care right now. Not my favorite place to look up news, but it's like a good jumping off point for this fucking game. So there's a gacha game called Love in Deep Space. Ash, Makari, can you explain to me what the fuck this game is that I have to stare
Love in
at
Deep
now?
Space, the story is that you are a person on like a spaceship that's like leaving Earth because something happened to Earth, and you have like a heart condition, and one of your love interests is a doctor, and you have another love interest who's also in the military with you, and then there's a third love interest who's an art person, and then there's more love interests who like join you and will help you fight the evil aliens that you're traveling through space and attacking your spaceship.
So
But it's
they're
dating sim kinda, right?
aliens?
No, okay, so the boyfriends are not aliens, but there's aliens you have to fight.
Okay.
As far as I know that there's like a new cop
What
love
is the selling
interest.
point behind this game? So I said it before, I'll say it again. Every woman I know either has this game on their phone or knows about it.
Okay, so it's like a visual novel, except the guys are 3D renders and they're really pretty, and they will like let you touch them, and they hang out in a room and wait for you to come online. And then you
They're
can the
Discord
gotcha
boyfriends.
the gotcha is like little like story events that either like sexy,
Ah.
steamy, like very
Huh.
like oh, let me do something for you, let me carry you.
All right. So let's read this article by Anna Diaz from Polygon. Love in Deep Space introduces a new innovation to video games, a period tracker. Love and Deep Space, the mega popular mobile game from the studios behind Infinite NUKE, will be getting a head-turning feature in its next update, a period tracker.
And
What?
Infinite
They made Infinite NUKE? Oh
Yes,
my god,
this is
Infinite
the
NUKE
same
is great.
studio that
If
made
any
Infinite
girlies out
NUKE.
there like open world games where you can like run around and wear pretty clothes, it's really fun. The combat is easy, so if you don't like really fighting, it's not that hard. If you just want to do like the clothing stuff.
Yeah. This
Don't
is
judge
like,
me.
I've never personally read it. Personally read it. I've never personally played it, but
Karais,
it
thank
seems
you.
interesting.
Wait,
Kairos
you
5.
are a protag with a heart condition?
Oh no.
Kartower Shoujo? Is that you?
Oh shit.
How did you become a gotcha game? Weird lol. Also period tracker?
Yeah, period tracker is weird. Sorry,
This is
No, the thing with the peer tracker is that the male love interest will actually react to you having your period, and they will like comfort you.
Excuse me, what? Explain that again.
They'll like you know when you okay you never had a period before, so when
You
you
know
get
when you have your period,
periods,
Fauci.
you get kind of moody and sad, and your tummy hurts, and they'll comfort you. It's not out yet. I think they're doing an update right now, and then it'll be out.
And see, this is I'm looking at chat right now. This is the dichotomy. A lot of people are saying no or gross or strange, and some people are like, this is interesting. This and like I said, every girl I know has this game on their phone, or at least knows about it.
I am sorry.
But-
I'm getting DMs from someone about something, so I have to
Okay.
respond.
So,
Wow.
but like we can see, well, we can get to the boys because that's the selling point is the boys. But we can see if that gets if that gets over the period tracker talk or not for some people, and maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I haven't seen these boys yet, nor will I ever see a boy that will make me swoon.
Yeah. No boy is gonna make me feel that my period is being helped, but I appreciate it.
I mean, if they're a cute enough twink, probably.
No.
We'll see. We'll check the roster here.
A released stateside in 2024 by Infold Games and Paper Games, Love in Deep Space is a free-to-download otome game where the players meet, date, and get to know a variety of swoon-worthy virtual men in a sci-fi setting. In the 3.0 update livestream on Friday, developers shared new updates heading to the game on January 22nd, which I would assume it's already there, or maybe not. Including that one added a period tracking feature where players can input their real-life menstrual dates into the game. It's a brand... What?
Sorry, it was Weaver had asked what a tome was.
Oh, it's like dating
it's like
sim, right?
a girl
It's
dating sim.
It's a genre of game. It's just a story-based romance.
Yeah.
So
And
it's romance focused.
Yeah,
It-
but
it's
does that
mostly
necessarily
focused towards women. It's specifically towards women. Otome is.
is it specifically like
It does have to be romance.
what are they called? Like
It means maiden game, so it's your girly games pretty much. So Mystic Messenger was a really popular one. That was a mobile otome game before all of this. Any of your
I just told Do about one that I thought was interesting.
There's a really popular like series called Ikimen, which is like there's different like there's like a
Ikimen, yeah.
vampire setting, there's a shogun setting, there is like princes and then villains. Yeah,
So your
essentially.
pretty boys
these.
for girls.
Which these also can be, if you pay money, they can be all speed, like raunchy, like if you pay for it.
This
They-
one
they-
specifically, the
No,
Deep Space, Love
no,
and Peace? Or
Ikemen.
oh,
It's,
okay, okay.
it's sort of like the same genre.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Eichmann is a huge term for that,
Yeah,
where it's like
Eichmann,
your
yeah.
pretty boys that women love.
Yes.
And
It's a
something
big
else,
thing with like host clubs specifically.
pretty
in
much.
Japan.
And something else I want to point out specifically with this, the whole period tracker fiasco. This is a common thing for Chinese women-centric games. It's not just this one. Their
Interesting.
games in
I didn't know
general
that.
do this as a way to encourage what's it called? Just health, general health. They
Yeah.
are very huge in the health welfare and that type of stuff. And you're more likely to be interactive with a mobile game telling you to track this than you would be a general notes app.
What a
And those type of
fascinating
things are the
idea.
commodified healthcare in a sense to be like, hey, you play with this app, you will put that in and you will track it for yourself.
Imagine this app fucking telling you to have sex with your partner and being like, yes, hot otome man, alien man, I will have sex with my husband. Thank you for reminding me. I know I'm ovulating.
For what it's worth, it's not about what's it called, like sex, but like, hey,
No, yeah, I know.
are you having cancer? Those type of things, tracking it. And that's also another misconception or a problem that has arisen with this game is it's misage rated in the West.
Mm.
It's like put for like 11 or 12 up when it's more
Yeah,
of like
this is
a
not.
15, 16 up in like China
Yeah.
and whatnot. That it's like older teens, but not what it is here. Availability in the App Store wise.
Fascinating. I legitimately like didn't know that. It's such a like I guess like it's just one of those things that it happens. I really don't have much to say. I don't have a period, but continuing.
I don't. Yeah,
Well,
I don't have skin in this
period
game.
havers
Let's see.
being confused about people with periods being like, that's actually nice that someone to treat me nice when my period's happening.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see. It's part of a new feature called Remind Me. Based on the developer's description, Remind Me works in a little calendar app within the world of the game. When players use it, they can add an event or reminder and set a time for it. When the set day and time arrives, one of the Love and Deep Space's dreamy men will notify the player in-game and on their device. The system can work for little things, like notification to drink water, but it also contains a dedicated space to track your menstrual cycle. Yes, chat, your hot man can track your menstrual cycle.
Yay.
It's rare for video games to contain positive features directly related to women's reproductive health. The demo showed on one of the characters looking lovingly at a partner and affirmed the player's mood and health are the top priority for its virtual assistant. Period tracking device apps have long been a privacy concern for many people, especially based in the US when Roe v. Wade was overturned in the United States in 2022, Jesus Christ. Privacy experts worried that period tracker apps could be used to share sensitive health information within the government. Polygon reached out to the representatives from Infold Games and Paper Games and is yet to receive a response. This article was made January 10th of this year. Now,
this is a brand new thing.
Exactly a month ago.
Exactly a month ago.
A month ago. I thought it was today because today's the
Now,
10th.
there have been interesting videos on the topic. There have been Twitter posts on the topic, so I thought we would go over some of them and how the general internet has reacted to the female gaze and period tracking.
So there has been a lot of weird stuff happening in the last.
This is Kindred Spirit VA. Just as a random video we found on the topic itself.
Okay.
This community recently, and I feel like I should talk about it. So
yes, man. Why should you talk about
yes,
the
man,
women's
with your boobas
period?
Out. Yes, man, with boobas out.
I'm very curious what this man has to say.
Recently, I feel like because of the popularity that
yes, he's jiggly. The 2.0 model will hopefully be jiggly as well.
A lot of like
hopefully
regular main streamers has been.
I am going to pay for jiggle physics. I am going to pay for jiggle physics. I promise.
Why?
Lads, mostly react
listen, it's so I could do some VTubing streams outside of the real cam streams. It's just like, I want to get like, I like using this PNG. This PNG is very nice. And I want to just like go back and forth between the two. I thought it'd be funny to use the PNG when we're talking about like PNG men. So
Act into it, which I personally think is kind of lame. If you're gonna play the game, right? Don't make videos reacting to the video game. But the current discussion that has been kind of weird, that I feel I should talk about it, is that people have been calling lads a gooner game, basically. Gamer bros, specifically. A lot of gamer bros on Twitter have been calling lads a gooner game. And this was specifically triggered because recently lads has added a period tracker, I believe, and some other stuff, which has gained, like, traction, I guess, in Twitter spaces. I don't frequent Twitter. I kind of hate Twitter recently. Twitter tends to be very toxic, even if you're...
Oh my god, shut the fuck up and just get to the point.
No one cares.
It's a little
If you get your
meandering.
topic from Twitter and then follow it up with Twitter kind of sucks. But here's me talking about Twitter.
Come on.
Shooting your statement in the foot there.
Come on, my man. God forbid, yes, God forbid women goon.
Popular fandoms. But this has been like being talked about a lot in my feed currently. People have been calling it a gooner game. And obviously, lads players have been very much upset at this.
Let's see. Someone said gooner game. It's just, quote, gooner game. It's just something made to comfort women during the worst time and destigmatize the period. Something that many men think is gross and shame women for having normal bodily functions. The game even posts in-game article educating girls about their period. Okay, that's actually fucking insane, but based, I guess.
Oh, I'm also remembering something else. In Infinity Nikki, I think it's one of the events. The main character Nikki will actually pray that no girl has a period cramps. Yeah, which I just remember is interesting because like periods are never fucking mentioned in the West.
Games are a blight on society, but sometimes they can be based. It's just like, I'm not laughing at women for having periods. I'm laughing at the fact that this opened up a discussion about the characters in the game. That's something that like is funny to me. And I hope that this video goes over it. If not, I have a bunch of tweets that'll go over it.
Saying like, oh, why is this a gooner game? Period tracks are a very normal thing for women, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of women in my life. 90% of my audience is primarily of women. And obviously...
I wonder why.
Prove it.
Period trackers aren't really a sexy thing. It's more about comfort. It's really going through a rough patch because of your hormones, and that can be where some information's comfort...
I think this is... I think this video is just going to repeat what we did. So...
At this point, pretty much, yeah.
Let's look at some of the interesting tweets that have come out. I don't know who the fuck this person is, but let's see. My god, the way people defend love in Deep Space when it's clearly a goon game is insane. You're all just using the same logic that incels use to be misogynist against women, saying virtual women are better than real-life bitches. Let's see, and the title is, I jerk off to this character, but different, more nuanced reasons than yours. Who the fuck cares? The game, listen, nobody gives a shit!
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if you goon, you goon.
Just don't go in VC.
Yeah.
Listen, these are characters that are drawn as adult persons.
Yep.
This is not like lolicon shit. This is adult people. Like, they're just characters. They're just drawings.
Would people even fucking care if this game also didn't have a period tracker?
I think people would, because I've seen, like, there's already clips of Asmongold even before this cat came out, railing on this game and getting mad, or like commenting about it and like about women related to it, which is just very, I'd say, frustrating in the sense of how many women-centric games are there like this that you can name off the top of your head?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, all the Otome games are very like.
How many of those are mainstream popular?
Well,
how many of those hit Hoyo popularity?
I don't know. Is Love in Deep Space? Is that level of popular?
Yes,
like, I don't know how big
it is the second most profitable gacha game right now.
That's crazy.
That's why this is getting the attention it is. This is probably the first actively mainstream one versus anything else, when it is no more sexual, and I'd still argue it's less sexual than things like Azure Lane.
It's just the first. It's just the first one, I guess.
And then, yeah, it's the fact that it is the first one to do that. People seem to feel some ways that it's a game that caters solely to women.
First one is big, I should say, yeah. Because I would say, like, every Otome game, to an extent, does cater to because if it's for women and in the feelies, or people who are in their feelies and like men
Mhm.
of different types, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Chad, I kind of showed it, but this is like one of the characters.
Oh, I'm downloading.
This is not for me. Oh God, a bad apocalypse. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So,
Perfect
I
timing.
mean, yes, is this
Put the video on.
unrealistic
Show me the video.
expectations?
Absolutely.
Give me the
I'd also
video.
want to say this is the same deceptive marketing that like ZZZ does as well, where you're like, oh hey, here's this practically pornographic
Oh,
scene.
hey,
This
You're like,
is
"That's not it at all."
the soft spoken artist character.
I'm.
He's an
Okay.
artist.
I,
See.
I'll do a voice acting.
Oh no.
They have voice acting, please.
Shh, I want to do my own voice acting.
Well, we don't want you to. Veto.
You didn't abandon me.
Gross.
You didn't
Disgusting.
want me to die either.
Barf.
That's right.
He didn't say that.
That,
Muted.
God,
Can't even read.
shut up.
Okay.
It's a limited time event.
Oh, mama.
Oh my
Oh, mama. Ladies, download this game right now. Input your personal information into it right now.
He wants to bully a little man.
The grip! The fucking grip!
Well,
We're
yeah,
3 seconds
let it
in.
go. Let it go.
We're 3 seconds in.
It's 30 seconds, dog. Stop flipping it.
Oh,
Start it over.
fuck,
You've already
man. Here we go.
spoiled
Here
the
we go.
mood.
Here we go. Oh. Oh my God.
Why? Don't you want to become like me?
No.
Insane.
Okay, question for the gamers who. Oh my God.
The
For the gamers who play this game, are you
The
a woman
gamers.
main character or a male
Yes,
main
you're-
character?
You're
a-
only
you're a
like
woman.
female.
You get a
You're
custom
specifically a
character.
woman.
Okay.
You can customize
okay.
your character to
Just
look like you.
My niece is playing this game. Was playing this game.
Okay, so this is probably she has to spend like a lot of money to get this, so
Yo!
she's probably fine.
These
But
are like
there
these
is-
special like unlock scenes.
Oh,
You
this
don't
is the
get
gotcha.
straight
This is what you pay
access.
This
for.
is the
Yes,
gotcha.
This is the gotcha.
The
Okay.
gotcha.
Okay.
You pay for the horny scenes. The rest of the combat's pretty much like Genshin, like beat 'em up.
I don't even know if it's
Drag
available
to
right now.
examine his body. Oh no!
Yeah, you can interact with like they're basically called like memories.
And
You
I can have
interact
this
with
on my
them.
phone.
Yes,
Yes.
or your iPad.
Go.
Oh my God! Oh,
I'm downloading it right
I
now.
didn't mean to make it that big. Christ.
So it is 100%, I'd say, catering to the female gaze. It is 100% like Gooner for women. But it just the amount of men freaking out about it is absurd because there's 10
A lot
times
of
as many
this sexual
men.
stuff is
like,
very much
focused
like
things.
implications.
Yeah.
It's all implications, and it's a lot of like they want to treat you right type stuff, not the like crazy female like romance novel content.
Star Sprinter with the $4.99.
I have switched from
Okay.
Spartacus on Tubi to this.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
this
you've done the
wish
right thing,
pool
thank you.
Is this wish pool for this like specific type of outfit for the different guys started today.
Okay.
So people were freaking out before it even came out.
Okay, so one of the
I'm just
things it's
checking
saying
the-
is
the
goonettes in denial are going to
Goonettes.
have a hard time trying to gaslight men about how this is not only wholesome, but their fault for not treating them right.
What the fuck?
If you're gonna find the female equivalent of this game in any gacha, what? Men playing Gooner games, anime girl, are hot. I like them. That is what?
No.
Women playing
No.
Gooner games. It's different. Characters look like real Asian men. It's comforting.
That's
It
crazy.
helps our male sanity. Characters don't look like God.
This what? This is projection
Again, the
at the
Swede
highest
with the
level.
20
Good
sec.
morning.
Thank you, thank you.
What did I come
I'm so for
into?
this.
Good morning, BTW.
I like nobody really feel like the amount of fake outrage for shit like this. I think people are being like, yeah, sure. Like men do this too when they defend the Gooner shit. This
I
is
think
like
the most problem people have with the men stuff is like Blue Archive when they are stated to be underage.
I'm curious if
Mm.
there's more of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I'll post what they have in the gotcha poll.
I'm gonna look in some of the media stuff. Kai Res with the 2.
Thank you. Oh yeah, some of those.
The
don't know why
bottom
people
could
need a
also
feed with
apply
it.
to Mengunas too.
Okay. I
Bro, just
we're
both
interested
let
now.
each other enjoy their things.
Let's see.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh, what? What's happening?
Objections.
What? A frenzy enhancer? What is? No! Oh no!
If you want to see this play out, you got to pay $10.
Oh
and hope that you get it.
boy. Okay.
I'll check the live notices they have.
You're going to use it on me.
The spread. Oh.
Does anybody want to read that?
Yes.
Yes, the warden should be well aware of how it affects the predators.
Predators?
Predator?
Oh, what is
Predators,
happening?
predators.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this is too horny. This is insane.
Play it.
Oh my god! No!
You actually.
No! 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 We're not fucking watching this.
Why?
I know.
It's just a game. It's rated 15-0.
What is happening? What the fuck? I don't want to see this. Listen.
You wanted to do
mean?
this
I wanna
stream.
see it.
You're the one who wanted to cover this.
Okay, listen. If you practice things like non-con in a safe environment, okay. I don't in a game
Fantasy
that's
Spaceman.
weird.
It's fantasy spaceman.
It's fantasy spaceman. It's just
Like Star Wars. Just imagine that this is
people
Star
are
Wars.
asking to play. Listen, I will pay it if you pay. If you pay the rate of a gotcha game, I will play it, chat.
Well, guess what, Falgi?
Pay for
Gotcha games are
polls.
free.
Yeah.
No, this is a pull.
Nope.
You pay for the pull, chat.
Well, how much is
Well,
the poll? You got to
you have to
download
do-
it to find out.
You have to do. Okay, so let me see.
Well, actually, honest, and don't also say that because we don't know how your computer's
No,
gonna run it.
I'm making.
Blue
Kairos
stats,
with the
man.
3.
Thank you.
That's not.
You probably want to do $100.
Yeah.
That'll probably get you the closest.
Yeah, what is it? Would it be actually $100? I don't want
I
to
don't know.
ask somebody for 100. That's insane.
No, they can like incrementally, but you have to make sure you do it before the 23rd because that's when it's over.
Oh my
The-
god, that's insane.
that specifically this event. They'll have more banners and more events.
It's all
Presumably.
absurd. Like there's one where they did all cat boys. and
Oh,
whatnot.
okay. Yeah,
In
sure.
this game.
Oh, I missed
Yes.
that one.
How did I
Let's
miss
see.
that?
Do I see the cat boys? Okay, what about is
was a
this
little
the
wild, yeah.
normal stuff?
Yeah.
Don't blink.
Yeah.
I'm not
This is-
blinking.
This is most of the. Oh, she looks like me. This is most of the game, presumably.
Memories.
And then they'll have
They're
the.
memories.
Oh.
the
They're
spa- oh, but she
basically
gets
gotchas.
you get to experience the memories
Oh
as
god.
the
Yeah.
POV or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I own that
They
shirt.
made POVs into an actual
Greg,
thing.
it's just you. Just admit it.
It's
What
literally
is
me.
what is happening, honey? Honey,
Cloudy.
this is God places.
You, I know you're a virgin. This
Just
is sex.
Oh boy.
Hand holding.
I'm sorry to the raiders who have stuck with us through our like intellectual conversations into this. Thank you
Sorry, not
so
sorry.
much.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
What's this? You're the only You're the only one.
only one who can ease my pain.
No, no.
I think he's the cop character.
You're the only
Remember
one
correctly.
who can ease my pain.
You're gross. You're disgusting for reading that.
Oh god. The breathing.
If that's what it takes to feel you, I'll accept it.
Oh. Okay.
I'm feeling things, chat.
But most of the time I just wish we could be together.
To read the women parts before he does.
Falgi, show Q the BDSM. Go back.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll show
Alright,
Q.
thank you.
Okay, if Q and Cloudy are here, I will show them the BDSM man.
This
Why
a
is there a
this
needle
weird
again?
ASMR.
It's the only way he can feel her.
No, it's in his robot arm.
Oh, he's a
Oh, I can
robot
see that,
arm.
yeah. Yeah, he's got a robot.
Oh! Oh, his robot
And I can have this
arm.
on my phone.
Oh
Yes,
my
sir.
god!
Yeah, Q's here.
Okay, Cloudy, are you here?
Just do it.
Well,
Why don't
it's
wait for
just- I'm waiting for her.
Don't just do
Why you
it.
have
She
to
can come
punish
back.
Cloudy
She'll watch
like
the
this?
VOD. Yeesh.
Fine.
This is just for Q. Cloudy, look away.
This is okay. There are more men. Let's do
This is the
this
story
guy.
of a
White hair,
girl.
white hair, white hair.
white hair man. I'm gonna guess his voice. How did it feel to watch me from outside the cage?
You're so bad at this.
I am not
He's
bad,
evil.
actually.
You're really bad at this.
You know what? I got
Shazam!
compliments on our voice acting thing the other day. From the
I don't know
Cutie
what
Hop
that means.
stuff.
Oh, you for voicing
Cutie Hops, yeah.
Nick Fox.
You scared?
Oh my god! Okay, ladies, ladies
better
and
game.
gays, I can feel it. I see what's happening.
If I have Zenless,
Stylus is great.
and if I have Zenless, and the gays and bis have Star Rail, then the ladies have this. The ladies are winning.
You know what? The ladies are actively winning right now. I'm not gonna
We
lie.
need to put on the Zenless feet ad with Jane Doe.
Oh
True.
my god. We're gonna break up this one thing for 20 seconds.
No.
Blue yokai?
What?
Oh my god, this is cool. Let's go birds!
Oh, and Tusky got one too.
How much money did this sponsor net you, Falgi?
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
Not enough.
Oh my god, go
They
birds!
gave it
Let's
to us
go!
They gave it to us in
One gotcha roll.
gotcha credits. Yeah.
Oh no, it's okay. It's about the arm. I don't care. This is fun. This is cool.
Use code Diorio at checkout.
No! Okay, let's go.
Your idea of help is heartwarming.
Oh god. Oh, what's with
Slap
all
'em.
the weird tattoos? They all have like
It's
they're
the-
like branded.
It's
thought you were gonna
for
talk-
that outfit.
Oh.
Yeah.
For the outfit, yeah.
And you know,
Pray.
swivel his waist
Oh.
and investigate his tattoos. Scratch and sniff.
Chat.
Oh, it's got a snatched waist.
I also want to remind you, if you are submitting fan art, if you do submit fan art, please use the Google form.
Put one on Q now.
Yes. Please, please, please use the Google form. We have a fan art Google form. We will use it. We obviously use it for your submissions, but we also, I eventually want to put like a screensaver thing of all the art, be it for like any videos that we may actually do at the end of videos, thanking our, our members and all these things. Scratch and sniff, that's insane.
You missed
Right.
Greg saying that? Shaking my head.
I did. Okay, this guy. Okay, I got this guy. He's gonna have a light voice. Are you doing this out of pity?
Hate it.
No.
Then, when this night is
Doctor.
over, will you stay with me?
Why
You
you
are
just
not a
characterizing
theater
Zane
kid.
like that? He's a ice queen.
I am. Is he an ice queen?
Yeah,
Is
he's
he an ice queen?
Yeah, he is an ice queen.
Okay.
His powers are ice.
All right. I'll change it. Are you doing this out of pity? When the night is over, will you stay with me?
Okay, that's better.
If this was in the audition, I would laugh you out of the room.
Oh, British, you got banned from the Discord? That's Fortress Arc.
He's too busy slap fighting Beckett right now. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh my god. The throwing of the body.
This is great. The
Come-
chains, everything.
Yeah.
Got paid a
What an-
3D
what an
model,
angle.
and that bothers
Yeah.
me.
Oh.
Good.
Oh my
Zoom in.
god.
A key.
Oh, holy shit. This is insane.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's that kind of ice prince. Oh my god.
I was not expecting that. I was not ready. My whole body clenched up.
Oh
I was
my
not
god. Okay.
Oh.
Chat. This is
She
where
was
we
like,
come
oh,
to the
yeah.
fact that the female gaze is like
Base.
this is fine. This is not unrealistic expectations of men. I think people.
Will a guy let me shove keys in his mouth?
People over. These are dog tags, by the way. They're dog tags, not keys.
Dog tags.
There's also a key on that same chain, though.
Oh my god.
I will say, anyone who is well-adjusted will not assume real men will be anything like this. I just want to comment that as well.
Okay, so what are the cutesy ones? That's what I want to see before we.
I think the one that we saw with the hand holding. I think that one, that guy.
Are there more horny ones? I'm curious.
Hold down.
Oh, hold your horses and we'll find them.
Roll down.
Look at this guy in the suit. He looks fine.
Oh god.
Hello?
Oh! Oh no! No!
This guy's putting in work.
Oh my god!
Tweet them, you motherfucker! you freaked out so bad you started tweeting them.
I pressed pause and it was like tweet at them.
This is crazy.
This is how we dropped 20 viewers.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm fucking sweating. This will probably be the last one, by the way.
You should. Let me see this one.
Start it over. What?
Well, because I need to. Oh my god. This one. This shit was so funny. Holy fuck. Oh my god, it really fun.
There's Robo Arm guy. So presumably it's like the same 5 boys or whatever, but they get different memories?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
different scenes with the same 5 characters.
Gotcha.
Makari?
This is the same thing with Themis, or what is it called? Song of Themis or whatever?
Yes.
Makari, I just saw that.
Tears of Themis, sorry.
War? Oh, what I did? Yeah. Yeah, keep going.
You keep going as in watch this?
Yeah.
You do you,
do
dog.
one of the other. Do one or the other.
That's
the main character in this game.
My jaw is on the fucking floor.
What is?
Hey, female gaze.
AGP.
I will use if you like legitimately like I want to use this.
Do it.
All right.
Coward.
Can be done.
Yo, my god, it's so good! Let's fucking go!
Falgina.
Falgina.
No, FemG is funnier.
FemG is funnier, but I like Falgina.
Falgina sounds like a drag name.
Yeah, Falgina sounds like
a great name
a drag name. Femgina is Femg is so fucking hilarious. Holy shit, that's based. Let's go back into this.
Falgina Femg, like Giorno Giovanna.
Oh, now he has white hair?
That's highlights, doofus. My love. A Nazi? What is?
Oh god! He's in an alternate timeline. He's in an alternate timeline.
Maybe.
He's the optimal weapon.
I kind of love.
You don't recognize me?
Is this fucking Alex Yee? No. What
I don't
the fuck
know.
is his name?
Look it up. A lot of these
the
gacha games don't use like
I think this
well-known
one,
actors.
I think this one does.
We'd look it up. Don't just say things.
Oh my god, what is this character's name?
Caleb.
Caleb?
Caleb.
Caleb.
I'm looking.
I unironically like
Caleb,
think the name Caleb is up there in tier list. Should we tier list every name?
That would be really funny to try.
Who is his voice actor? English voice actor. This doesn't have it. No, I want to know.
He's a recent character, so I don't know.
They should. If he's released, they should have released the info too as well. But like I said, a lot of the times for gacha games, they have non-famous characters. Everything.
Yeah, if someone could find the voice actor, I would love to know.
They don't have any of the English voice actors listed currently.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. This like the voice actor is really good actually.
So
If I'm not
because
mistaken,
it's a
though,
if they're not
Alejandro Saab,
yeah.
he's in it.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen him like highlight that he's been in it.
So if this is, I'm assuming this is a Chinese gacha game, they don't
Yeah.
have to like adhere to American voice acting standards like listing people's names like that for accrediting names and things like
English is also new for this game. This game was like
Mm.
dead, and then now it's immediately like blown up into popularity. It like shot from nowhere.
And the chat, we have one more to watch.
One more.
Did you honestly think I would always be the kind-hearted boy from your childhood?
I hope not.
I'm feeling things, chat.
Oh. Oh,
He
the
bit the
bite. The bite. The apple bite. All right, guys. Let's see
Love
what
and Deep
Asmongold
Space.
feels about
Wait,
this
this is the
game.
game that was the second highest
Can I
grossing
escape
video
this man
game.
for 20 seconds?
No, you cannot escape
This
the
is
rat
number
man.
2.
The rot consumes. He is Nurgle's chosen.
Oh my god.
Way
That's
of
the arc
triggering
voice.
my senses has only touched the surface.
Ooh.
It's very horny.
Is there anything else you want me to do?
No.
I think Adam's enjoying himself.
At this rate, we could end up in a lose-lose situation.
Give me a minute. Love and Deep Space. You see that? This game right here.
This game
Looks
made so
reckless.
much fucking money.
It does better than Genshin does in a month.
That's crazy. Specifically for July 2024. Specifically.
Chat, this is some amazing shit. Again, we talked about it. We talked about male body dysmorphia. We talked about all these kinds of things. This is just a game. I think people are overreacting to the Gooner shit because it's women. I do think that, hey, if you're intellectualizing just being horny, that's also like stupid. Stop doing it. Just say you can be horny. I don't want to, like, I think, my personal opinion, when you intellectualize the horny, you make yourself an easy target for just bullshit. Because guess what? Like, you're just being weird about it. Enjoy the Gooner game. If the Gooner game tracks your period, that's based. If it, if it loves you and fulfills you based, just remember that the Otome man is not real. I don't like. Do I have to say anything more?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you harming anybody? No. If you're having a good time playing a game, that's what games are for.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many like men-focused games are there with that?
Yeah. I think
Like,
that's like a big thing. Like, just chill out, have some fun.
What is it? Quit yucking somebody else's yum.
Yes.
If it ain't your favorite ice cream, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I don't know.
Yeah. and chat, that's our show for tonight. It was going to be a shorter stream anyways. Obviously, the title was a lie. But I want to thank everybody for turning out. I want to thank the Raiders for sticking around. If you subscribed or donated today, thank you guys very, very much. For the Raiders that stuck around, thank you guys exponentially. If you subscribed today, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you like the content that you see, we do have like a cool backlog. We do like investigative things. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more investigative on the channel, I'd love to recommend our Leadhead video. We look into a content creator known as Leadhead and kind of some of the stuff with that. But more importantly, I want to thank my friends for coming out, Ash, Makari, and Uncool Greg. We are the Opp Block. There is unfortunately nobody to send you to. I looked. I was hoping to send you guys somewhere. I don't know if anybody else is streaming. I think K-Huck is streaming tomorrow, right? From what I understand. Or maybe is K-Huck streaming tomorrow? Because they're not live currently. But more importantly, I want to thank everybody for turning out. If you stuck around, if you like what you see, thank you so much. And goodbye.